Alright, so in this video we're going to be reviewing the 118 scale Sherman tank by Elite Force. And this is the M4A3 version. There's not a whole lot to this box, to be honest with you. And tell me, guys, if you don't like seeing the box, let me know. If I'm wasting time showing the boxes, I've been doing it in all my videos. And some people say they like it, some people don't. So let me know if you like me showing the box or not. Or if you just want me to get straight to the unboxing, leave me a message in the comments below. So, alright, let's get to the unboxing. Does have a couple wire ties. I'm gonna go ahead and undo those and get right back. Looks like it came with a gas can, some ammo boxes. You had 50 cal ammo, and then you had some 30 cal ammo. All right, and it also came with a tank commander, which I'll do a more in-depth view of him later. And then you have your 50 cal Browning machine gun. And this is the Browning 50 cal machine gun. It does have an ammo can on it, like I showed you earlier, but this one doesn't have any writing on it, like the ones they included separately, but it still looks pretty good, and this is where we're going to mount it onto the tank. Alright, so here's a better look at the ammo cans. On this one, it is the 50 cal, looks like they have 105 rounds, API M8. The 30 cal, they didn't put anything on it, but it does look weathered, so I don't know if the original came with any writing. Usually they did. And next we're going to get to the binoculars. They also show a little bit of weathering with a little metal texture to it. Alright, so here's a better look at the angry commander. He has a terrified face to him. I don't know why they did that, but he has a helmet on, and he comes with some goggles. He has a pouch here. I don't know if that was like an ammo pouch or maybe a binocular pouch, but it has a canteen on the back. Also has a sidearm right here, and you can't remove it, but I don't know if that's a 1911. If you know, shoot me a message in the comments. But the feet do move up and down right here. The actual knees move, the hips move, elbows, shoulders as well. And then he does have a patch right here. I don't know what group that was or squad or what they called them, but if you do know, let me know in the comments. So there's that. I'm actually pretty impressed, other than like the surprised look on his face. There it is right there. I mean, he looks like he's terrified. Either that or he's crazy. So either way, I mean, it's still a pretty detailed model. And then the grease gun here. If it's not a grease gun, let me know. That's what I've known these to be. So, but it does look like it has some decent details to it. It has like a flat matte finish. Okay, so here's a better look at the fuel can. It does have US written on it, and then there's a G, it looks like. I don't know if that's accurate or what that means. And then here up top is actually the cap. Okay, so the tank actually has a lot of good detail on it. You can see up close here. I'll show you a better view. The paint job looks nice. Looks like it's weathered. Also, it is plastic, but it feels like it's aluminum. Like it has a metal feel to it, and it does have some weight to it, so it doesn't feel completely cheap. You know, some models, the plastic feels really thin and like you could break it. This does not feel like that. The plastic actually feels pretty strong. Okay, so one thing I actually just found in the box as well, these 105 millimeter, I think these were the M4 howitzers. So I think that's the gun that came on this tank, because there are different versions. Some of them came with a 76 millimeter, some of them also had a 75 millimeter, but this one looks like it was the 105 millimeter howitzer. So you can actually take the shells out of the crate too, and it says 105H heat shell M67. I'm guessing that was the type of shell these were. And then you can take the lid here. They made it look like wood, and you can actually snap it on. Let's see if I can do that with one hand. There we go. And they did detail it to make it look like wood. Pretty good looking crates. Okay, so the Sherman tank was pretty much the most widely used medium tank in World War II by the United States and also some allies. And the reason was because it was extremely reliable, relatively inexpensive to produce. I mean, these things were only about like $44,000 to $65,000 a piece back in the 40s. I mean, now that would probably equate to around like $600,000 to $900,000 today, which to me is not cheap, but that's, I guess, military terms, pretty inexpensive. And they were also able to produce these in high numbers. So the front of the tank has a lot of detail. You have a 30 caliber Browning machine gun here. It doesn't really move up and down, but in the real tank it would. It didn't move a whole lot. And then you have lights on either side, and I think this is like the bright light here. You have some extra wheels, ammo cans, tracks up front, fuel tank, and then also this right here would hold the barrel and the turret, keep the turret from moving during transport. The Sherman was a 5-crew tank. You had the driver here, and he could actually drive with a hatch open. You had the bow gunner here, who is in charge of the 30 cal, and I think maybe the radio. Then you had the actual gunner, who was in charge of the main gun, and this was his hatch there. And then there's a periscope there as well. You had the commander, and this is his hatch. He would usually stand up here using the binoculars to scope out anything and tell them where to go. And then you also had, down in there, you would have a loader in charge of loading the shells. Okay, so the commander was also in charge of this 50 cal. They would use it to defend themselves against aerial targets and some ground targets. But this commander is supposed to fit right in here, like it shows on the box. But with his gun on his hip and with the canteen on the other side, it doesn't really want to fit. There's also a lip in there, which you can't really see with the camera. So I'm going to try to wiggle him in there, see if I can't get him in. Okay, so I was able to get the commander in. I just removed the gun here, and it actually does come out. It has a little notch right there out of his belt. So I was worried about breaking it, but I guess you can take that off. So he does fit pretty well. You can see his periscope there, and then also around the sides you can see the visor ports. It looks like they're closed. And this looks like a spotlight. I'm not sure if it is, but that's what it looks like there. Then on the side here you can see another pouch, and then you have a helmet, a spare helmet, and then you have a hatch here. That one doesn't open, unfortunately. I think that was an escape hatch. On the back, getting around here, you have another pouch there. I think this is the radio antenna. You have another fuel tank. You have some more crates, probably of ammunition. No, this is rations. See, that actually is a ration. It says 12 rations there. And then same thing, 12 rations over there. And then on the back here, I'm not sure what these are. They aren't labeled. Then you have tools. These tools are used to repair the tracks out in the field if they needed to, or anything that they needed to repair. You had an axe here. You had a shovel as well if they got stuck. So a lot of cool accessories on these little pry bar. A lot of cool accessories on this tank, and I'm glad they included them. And you can actually open this up here. You can see the engine compartment. I turned on my flash so you can see some of the engine details here. I think this is the 4GAA 60-degree 32-valve liquid-cooled V8. I'm not sure, but it doesn't look like the radial. They also made an air-cooled radial, I believe. And if you know, shoot me a message in the comments of what that one is. On the back here, they also included the exhaust vents, which is a pretty cool feature. And then on the side right there, you can see the tow hook. So in the back, you can see this storage tray. You also have the lights right here, some extra tracks mounted over them. And then you could have put the extra ammo cans they gave you on the back. You could put the extra fuel can they gave you right there. They would put all sorts of stuff they had on the back of these trays. And then these boxes of ammo would usually go inside, but if they needed to, I guess they could have put them on the top like that. And as far as the tracks go, they are made out of rubber, but they're a pretty tight fit. I mean, you can stretch them if you want, but they actually snap back pretty good. So you have the drive sprocket up here in the front, and then in the back you have the idler wheel. And it does roll pretty good. It can't come off the track if you move it a little bit, but it rolls pretty good. And then also the suspension, you can kind of see it right there, but in this model they don't move. It's solid. And I forgot to show you earlier, but you can actually put a figure in these hatches here. There is a lip, so you kind of have to be careful. Right there you can see the lip. But you can fit 1/18 scale figures in all of them. So if you have a setup for that, you can. And then this ammo can does come off of this 50 cal. As far as the turret goes, the barrel comes off, probably for shipping purposes. And then it does move up and down, and it does turn side to side. It's pretty stiff, so it's not loose, which is nice. So if you want to like set it up a certain way, you can do that. So I've also had a lot of people asking about my watches, and I have some aviation watches I have by Aviate. And this is a Hawker Hurricane version. I'm not sponsored, but these watches are amazing. And I do have a link in my video description below, and I might link it in the comments showing some more details on how you can buy these. If you purchase using the link below, it does actually help support my channel, so I would definitely appreciate it if you're going to. You can see here on the back, it actually shows Hawker Hurricane Aviate, and then it is water resistant. It's not that water resistant, to be honest with you, at only 50 meters, but it's got a quartz movement inside and an all stainless steel bezel. So they do make some really good watches. I'm really impressed with this watch. I wear it all the time. You can see it in a lot of my videos. But it has a date here. It has seconds here. It's supposed to be a tachymeter, but it's not because the second hand is always moving. But you can, it does have a timer, so if you click the top button there. It starts it with a 1/10 second there, 60-second there, and then it goes up to an hour. So 60 minutes there. And then you can stop it by clicking the top button as well. Click the bottom and it resets it. So this version I got actually came with a stainless steel watch band, which is really nice and it feels high quality too. But I just like the leather for what I wear. It's more casual to me, but you do have that option that comes with that. I bought this leather band separately and I got it from Amazon, so I'll probably put a link in the video description. And if you guys like these watches, let me know and I'll show you more of my collection. And they did give me a coupon code for all you guys, MVR15. It's below in the video description for 15% off. So that about does it for the Sherman review. And if you wouldn't mind, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. I have a lot of other 118 scale reviews, tanks, planes, helicopters. I have some 132 scale stuff in there, and I have a lot more coming. So go ahead and let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.